thought through the 4 questions I sent to you or I gave out, right? So let's discuss. What is knowing? What is knowledge? What is the difference between knowledge and knowing? And what are the ways of knowing? Let me just hear from about 5 people, then I'll quickly pop in and we'll move. Okay, Rita, Auntie Abba, your hand is up. You are the first hand I saw.
Please unmute me. Okay. Good morning, sisters.
Good morning.
What is knowing? Knowing is having knowledge or information about something. And what is knowledge? Knowledge is the fact information and skills acquired through experience or education, or the theoretical or practical understanding of a subject. Then the differences between knowledge and knowing. Knowledge is factual, while knowing is experimental. So, ways of knowing. We get to know things through our sense perception, our reasoning, our emotions, faith, imagination, intuition, memory, and language. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Good. Auntie Hassan, I'm there.
Yes. If knowing is having an idea about something or a situation, and knowledge is having an in-depth information or a skill about something or an information, as I said earlier on. And then the weight by knowing. That is, you can hear somebody say something, and you also say, okay, I know. Then you can see, and also by observing somebody doing something, then you know. And then experiencing it sometimes you can know, but not necessarily having an in-depth knowledge about it, because sometimes they have to explain it to you. And then you can also ask to know information about something. Thank you.
Okay. Auntie Jemima.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning.
To know is to have an idea of something. And then knowledge is to have an insight or understanding of something. So the difference between the knowledge and then the knowing. To know doesn't mean you really have an insight or understanding of something, but the knowledge means you have the understanding or insight or the experience about something. And then ways of knowing. You can know something through information from people, learning from people, listening from people, asking from people, and then hearing from people. Thank you.
That's good. Okay. Yes. So I have had some views, and it's okay. So over the years, many scholars over these past years, many scholars have tried to discern what nursing knowledge is. And among the scholars that have tried to discern on what nursing knowledge is, Kappa. So Kappa has tried to know what nursing knowledge is. Chen and Kramer, Fawcett, Watson, Newman, Walker, and Fitzpatrick. All these people have tried to discern on what nursing knowledge is. And in their quest to discover nursing knowledge, some scholars have tried to explain the ways of knowing in nursing. So many people have tried to know something about nursing knowledge. So how do we get to know about our patients in nursing? How do we get to know our patients' problems? How do we get to know about our patients' health status? And how do we gain knowledge about the patient's health problems identified? So many people have tried to understand what is nursing knowledge. And they also want, or they are interested in knowing how nurses will know the patient's problems. Now, as I sit here, I may have problems, but how do you know my problems? And how do you also get to know knowledge or get the knowledge about my problems? It is a two different thing. To gain knowledge about something is different from to know. You may know me, but you may not have knowledge or insight about who I am, who am I. So that is what so many scholars or people have tried to know and to understand how nurses, we know what we know and how we are able to gain knowledge from what we know. So in order to explain to others what is it that nurses do and to begin to understand the complexities of nursing practice, we need to have an understanding of the knowledge that we possess. So, okay, I can just look at Vida Cranton's face or just look at Vida Cranton's name. And say that Vida is from the southern part of Ghana. Amdia Al-Hassan. Just knowing your name gives me an idea that Amdia Al-Hassan is coming from the northern part of Ghana. So as nurses, we have so many means or ways of knowing. Even if our patients are working, let me just say this again, with all due respect. With all due respect. Don't share your screens. Don't share your screens. It's not healthy. It's not the best. You may be doing something unaware, and before you realize, you are exposed to everybody. Now we are 533 in this class. I don't know. I'm always happy because I record higher numbers in the class. I've never recorded anything less than 520. Either 565, always 500 and something. And it's a plus for the class. So I really appreciate that. So I am also pleading with you that with all due respect, please, whenever you come or you join the Zoom, try to you don't try to share your screen. It is not healthy. So thank you very much. So in order to understand how nurses we know and how we acquire knowledge, that is why I want us to learn this topic. And in our search to discover what nursing knowledge, we must therefore explore the nature of knowledge. So there is a subtopic or a subject which is called epistemology. 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 What did I say? Epistemology. When we talk about epistemology, it has to do with acquisition of knowledge. and ways of knowing. It is the study of knowledge, and it is the study of knowing. So when we talk about epistemology, what is it? It is a Greek word, and it comes from two words, epistem and logos. The epistem means knowledge, and the logos means study of or theory of. So when we talk about epistemology, it is the study of knowledge. It is the study of knowledge. There are two types of knowledge that are inherent in nurses' ways of knowing. So the two types of knowledge that are inherent in nurses' ways of knowing are explicit and tacit. So we have explicit knowledge and we have tacit knowledge. What is explicit knowledge? It's the formal information gained from written words, maps, or symbols. Tacit knowledge is the knowledge gained from experiences, from interaction, and the skills acquisition and the combination of those skills. So I want to travel to the northern part. I am from the southern part of Ghana. So I want to travel to the northern part of Ghana. I can just look at the map of Ghana. And then just with the map of Ghana, I will be able to know that when I get to, when I set off from Kumasi and I get to Techimai, if I'm going to Wa, I will take my left route. If I'm going to Tamale, I'll take my right route. And biggest town after Techimai is Kentampo. One of the biggest towns after Techimai to Wa is Wenchi. So once I look at the map and I'm able to deduce that my separate ways or the town where I will be parting way to the different northern part of the Ghana is Techimai. I know that from the map, from the symbols, from west, I know that when I go to my right side, I am going to Tamale. And I know that when I'm going to my left side, I am going to Wa. So from Kentampo, where do I go to? I move to different towns. I see the black voter. I see the white voter. I see Bepu, Lupe. I see Damango Junction. I see different towns till I get to Tamale. If I'm going by Wa, when I get to Techimai, I get to Wenchi, I get to Bole, I get to move till I get to Wa. You get it? I have the knowledge of how to get to Wa. I have the knowledge on how to get to Tamale. Where did I get that knowledge from? Did I get it from experience? Did I get it from interacting with somebody? Did I get that knowledge from reading books, from tracing the map of Ghana? Good. If I get the knowledge from interacting with somebody, then it is a tacit knowledge. If I get the knowledge from my experiences, then it is a tacit knowledge. If I read books, if I look at maps, if I look at the signposts, if I look at symbols, and then I get knowledge on how to move or the direction to take, then it is an explicit knowledge. So we have the explicit knowledge and the tacit knowledge. The tacit knowledge is the knowledge gained from interaction with people, discussion with people, your experiences, your skills that you have applied. That gives you the knowledge is the tacit. Then the explicit is the things on the wall, the signposts, the road mappings, the geographical map, all those things. If I look at it and I gain knowledge from it, then it is explicit knowledge. Now, knowledge and knowing. Knowing refers to the way of perceiving and understanding self and the world. I know that every morning, Sunday morning, I'm supposed to teach. I know that. So it's just a way of perceiving and understanding the area or the world that every Sunday morning I have to teach. Knowledge refers to the, or knowledge, knowing that is expressed in a form that can be shared and communicated to others. So I know every Sunday morning I am supposed to teach. That is what I know. So if I communicate my knowing to you, that every Sunday morning you are supposed to meet me at 9:15. When you are coming, you come with your laptop, you come with your pen, you come with your paper, your tablet, all these things. I mentioned these things to you. I talk to you about the things that you should bring to my class. I am giving you knowledge. I am expressing what I know in the form of words or something to you. So to you, you do not know, you don't just know that every Sunday morning you are supposed to meet me. No, you know that every Sunday morning you are supposed to meet me, and you also have the knowledge. You also have the knowledge of what we are going to do, because I told you that come prepared to class with your laptop, with your tablet, your pen and paper. We are going to do this. So you have the knowledge that we are going to study or we are going to learn. That is the knowledge you have. So knowing something is just perceiving or getting to know that it exists, or you perceive that it is there. But getting knowledge about it is gaining insight into it or acquiring some form of facts about that. Now, there are three sources of knowledge in nursing. There are three prime sources of knowledge in nursing. How do we know our patients? How do our patients know us? How do we know the world? How do we know the things we know in nursing? There are three sources of knowledge in nursing. One, tenacity. Two, authority. Three, priority. So there are three sources of knowledge, nursing knowledge. There are three sources of nursing knowledge. We have tenacity, authority, and priority. Good. These are the sources of nursing knowledge. This is how we get to know things in nursing. There are three sources: tenacity, authority, and priority. Now, let me just explain these three things. Tenacity. Tenacity is the form of knowing where some truth is believed simply because it has always been taught to be true. is a form of knowing where some truth is believed simply because it has always been thought to be true. Everybody knows that when you sit in the sun for a very long time, your body temperature becomes hot or it becomes warm. It is a truth that is simply believed because it has always been thought to be true. Everybody knows that it is true that when you sit in the sun for a very long time, your body temperature becomes hot. So we know because it has been believed or it has been always been thought to be true. So we just know that. Then authority. Authority is viewed as a source of knowing that results in belief about truth because authoritative sources or person says that something is true. Me, I know that when you respect elderly people, you grow long or you stay healthy for a long time. I know this because my grandmother told me. My grandmother told me, an authority told me. I always, when I was practicing at the ward, I believe that, or when I was practicing at the ward, I was always talking to my patients with a calm voice. I never fought any of my patients. I never shouted at any of my patients because the senior nurses had told me that it is the tongue that blesses and it is the tongue that curses. So that I had that authority telling me that if I communicate therapeutically to my patients, I will be blessed. So authority told me that. So that is how I got to get knowledge about respect and longevity. I gained knowledge on respect, humility, and longevity because the senior nurses told me that if I respect my patients and I'm humble, I will grow long or I'll stay healthy for a very long time and God will bless me. So that is how I got to know this. So authority, your father told you, your mother told you, your senior siblings told you, or your uncle told you that this is a senior doctor told you, your anatomy lecturer, your microbiology lecturer, your puerium lecturer, your anatomy lecturer told you this. So it is coming from an authority, so you know. Okay, so I have the knowledge because I have tried it. I have used ripe pawpaw. I have used ripe pawpaw to dress a diabetic patient's wound, and the wound healed very fast. without any contractures or keloids. So I know I have knowledge about traditional ways of dressing wound. I am not just telling you I have knowledge because I have experienced it. I have knowledge because I've used it with reason, and I know why I am saying that. So these are the three sources of nursing knowledge: the tenacity, authority, and then the prairie. Now let's look at some examples. A person might state that he or she knows that sitting in a drought causes cold. Somebody may tell you that she knows that sitting in the drought causes cold. If asked how they know, they might simply state that it is so. It is so. I know that if you sit in a cold area, your body temperature becomes cold. Then somebody will ask me, how do you know? Hannah, how do you know that when you sit in a cold area, your body temperature becomes hot? Then I tell you, yes, I know. That is what I know. I know that when you sit in the cold weather, your temperature becomes cold. I know, just that I know, and it is believed to be true. That is tenacity. Then I also told someone, or I tell you, when you sit in a cold area, your body temperature becomes cold. Then Alice Opoku will ask me, sister, how did you know that when you sit in the cold area, your body becomes cold? Then I respond, oh, my grandmother told me. Oh, my anatomy lecturer told me. Then it becomes authority source of knowledge because I was told by someone. Then I also tell someone, when you sit in a cold area, your body temperature becomes cold. It becomes cold because your skin pores are always open, and the cold breeze from the cold area enters your body through your skin pores, and it helps, or it leads to a cold temperature in the body. And it leads to a cold temperature in the body. You see, I have given you reason. I have given you reason why I know that when you stay in the cold area, your body temperature becomes cold. So that becomes a priority. So if I know it because it is supposed to be known, or it has been said and it is accepted to be the truth, then I just know it because everybody knows that that is the truth. Then it is tenacity. If I know it because an authority told me, someone, an elderly person told me, then it is authority. I know it because I can prove it. I have reason, I have evidence to prove it. Then it becomes priority. Please, I hope it is clear to everyone. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sister.
Okay. Auntie Anas, I hope you can hear me.
Yes, sister. We all can hear you.
What did you say?
We can hear you, sister.
Okay. Okay. And I hope it's clear.
Yes, sister.
Okay. Don't worry, please. Everybody just concentrate. I'll be ending soon, okay? I'll be ending soon so that you can go and prepare for your quiz. I understand you. I understand you. Okay. Now, let me just ask another question. Turning patients to prevent pressure sores for bedridden patients or clients is something I want to ask you all. turning your patient's positions in bed to prevent bed sores. Believing that turning the patient will prevent bed sores is which source of knowledge? If you just believe that when you turn the patient, you prevent bed sores, what sort of knowledge is that? Knowledge source is that? Yes, Auntie Ajewa. Hello, Auntie Ajewa. Yes, Stevenson, please talk.
Hello, sister.
Yes,
Please, that is tenacity.
that is tenacity. Thank you very much. Now, let me ask another question. How did you know that turning the patient in bed will prevent bed sores? My basic nursing lecturer told me, or my basic nursing tutor told me. What source of knowledge is that? Hello, Auntie Rose. Hello, Deborah. Yes, Sister Kofi. What source of knowledge is that? Yes, Auntie Mercy. What source of knowledge? Hello. Hello, Rose Sapon. Hello, can you hear me? Hello. Yes, Auntie Helena, Obenewa, please talk. Hello, Auntie Helena.
Sister, please, it's authority.
It's authority. Okay. Then Nancy Opoku. When you say that, Nancy, when I asked you, how did you know that turning a patient in bed can prevent bed sores? If you tell me because it is reasonable to assume a person moves, if you add the rationale, what source of knowledge would that be?
Lower your hand.
Hello. What source of knowledge would that be? Yes, Auntie Deborah. What source of knowledge would that be? Hello.
Hello, sister.
Yes.
Hello, sister. It's
Yes,
prior.
it's priority. Okay, that is the priority. Thank you very much. So this is what I was talking about. This is it. When you turn your patient to prevent bed sores for bedridden patients or clients or on bed rest, and you are asked, believing that turning the patient will prevent bed sores is tenacity. You know that because your nurse lecturer told you in school is authority. and you know because there is a reason attached to it is what we call the priori. Now, let me just leave you with
Hello,
this
sister.
thing to think through. Yes, please.
Please, can you erase your screen for us?
Are you talking about the example on their source?
No, I'm saying like, can you please erase the screen? The screen has been tampered with.
okay.
Can you erase for us?
I don't know who did that. Are you okay now? Hello, I have erased it.
Yes,
I hope
sister.
it's okay for you. Yes, Auntie Abigail, Adakwa, your hand is up, please.
Sister, please, I wanted to say that don't worry, you can see, but you've done it, so that's fine.
Okay. Thank you very much. Yes, thank you. Okay, so this is the example I was just talking about. Now, I'll be leaving you very soon because some people may have divided attention. Some people may wish to prepare for a few minutes before the quiz. So I will be leaving you with these things to think about so that next week we will finish up with these things. Hello, Auntie Josephine, Dabo, your hand is up, please.
Hello.
Yes, sister.
Hello.
We cannot hear you clearly.
The person writing on the screen, is because they've muted all of us.
I don't know. Anyway, okay. So the sources of nursing knowledge. I want you to think about these sources of nursing knowledge. And next week, we will talk about these sources. Next week, we will talk about these sources. How do you know what you know in nursing? How did you know how to deliver in nursing? How did you know how to examine a mother's breast? How to palpate the abdomen? How to auscultate for the heart sound? How to percuss? How to percuss? How to inspect? How did you know the knowledge you have in nursing today? Is it that Durowaa taught you? Is it Madam Krista who taught you? Is it Hadia who taught you? Or is Dr. Jena who taught you? I mean, how did you know what you know? How did you know that whenever you are documenting and you make a mistake, you should not use tippers, but rather you should just cancel it once, append your signature, and put a date there? How did you know? How did you know that some things can cause your transition? And how did you know that your transition can be smooth, can be successful, it can be smooth, or it can be rough? How did you know all these things? Is it me who taught you, or you read books, or your grandmother had already taught to you about those things? So the other sources of nursing knowledge, it can be from a scientific source, tradition, your personal experiences, try and error, logical reasoning. And I love the try and error aspect of it. Sometimes we do something and we fail. So when we fail, the next time we want to do that again, we gain knowledge that no, if we use this path, it will not help us. So we would rather use this path. So These are the sources of knowledge in nursing. Scientific source. We conducted CPR on somebody, and scientifically, it has been proven that when you conduct CPR, this is what happens. There is a scientific proof. What are you doing? The person collapsed. And what are you doing? I am performing CPR. Who taught you that? How did you know that when you conduct CPR, you are helping the person to regain consciousness or you are helping the person to survive? My grandmother told me. How do you know this? I know because I have tried it before. One of my kids fell down and collapsed and he nearly died. So I tried it. Try and error. Oh, logical reasoning. I have thought about it. How did you know? Then the other sources, experience, intuition, unknowing, sociopolitical. How did you know this? The experiences. So in next week class, we are going to continue with this same thing. And we are going to explain each of the points. So next week, we are going to discuss and share our experiences with gaining knowledge. So I'm giving you an assignment today. It is a reading assignment. The sources of knowledge I have just mentioned to you: experiences, intuition, unknowing, sociopolitical, logical reasoning, try and error, personal experiences, tradition and folklore, scientific sources. Go and think about these things. And next week when we meet, we will discuss it into details. Any question, any suggestion, any contribution?